Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here. I just wanted to give you a workout for Pick 3 Maryland. I had the question from one of our members asking how to handle other patterns, maybe if we don't see the triples or false triples slanted, or maybe even going across. Pay attention to your V-shaped triples and false trips. Why? Because you guys had some really cool hits that came straight across your rundowns. So I want to share with you a couple things you may want to look for. Possible date sum numbers. Okay, so hopefully that'll help you figure out when you may even want to play those numbers. I will caution you, I never guarantee any of the information on the channel or in the membership, and I cannot guarantee hits as well. Okay, so I want you guys to study this, play on paper, feel comfortable. You wish to play, hey, you do what you need to do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to take you back to May 18th, okay? May 18th day, you guys had the hit of 130, okay? I'm using a 317 rundown. Feel free to test out other rundowns to see if you see similar patterns. Now, there may be some of you on here that are new to the channel or in the membership and say, Miss Florida, I don't even know how to count out a rundown. Why do we even use them? Well, some folks like to use a rundown such as a 317 to try to figure out patterns predicting when the next hit can come, maybe in upcoming days. And there are certain things, every state is different, just depending on how you like to look at the rundown. And there's no one way to look at this, okay? So the first thing you need to do is put your last hit that you're going to use. In this case, it's 130. And then you're going to add all of these numbers down the columns to fill out the grid. Okay, so we're going to start with the first column. We would add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Now, when you get to your 2-digit numbers, only use your ones, place your 0. Okay, 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Just use your 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Or use your 1. Okay, so you know you did it right. The number you start with will be the number you end with. Then you would add 1 all the way down the second column and 7 all the way down the third column. Okay, now the first thing I want you to do is I want you to bring your eye to what we call a V-shaped triple or false triple. Now for this, you're going to need to know your mirror numbers. Okay, now I want to take your eye to the next rundown. You see how there's 5, 5, 5, 0, 0, 0? Those are V-shaped triples, right? They're all the same digit. Sometimes there'll be what we call mirrors. Look at this 388 and this 833. Okay, you notice right off the bat, okay, there's something different here. You see the double 33 here, double 88 here, but then you see this 3 or this 8 here. So a lot of people don't know that's a mirror number. Same number as the 8, it's just opposite of itself. Okay, 3 and 8 can be interchangeable. So with that said, make sure you guys learn your mirror numbers. Okay, so when we say mirror numbers, we're saying a 0 could be a 5, or 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be an 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 can be a 9, and a 9 could be a 4. Okay, that's what we're saying. So in this case, 8 can be a 3, or a 3 can be an 8. Okay, so these are what we call false triples. Okay, they're not straight triples, they're false. So if you guys see this in Maryland, pay attention. When you guys see false triples, it could mean that the hits can literally be coming straight across. Pay attention to this 823. Okay, this 823 actually hit the next draw. Okay, look at that. It hit as 238. May 18th evening game. Yeah, just like that. And were they in the perfect order? No. Now, another thing is, I'm going to tell you something. Be careful. So when you see your V shapes, those are the numbers that you probably want to pay attention to. So you're going to probably want to pay attention to that 378, as well as that 685, 823, and the 130. Those would be the numbers I would probably be paying attention to for upcoming days. Now, if you did the 823, that hit as 238. Okay. Now, I want to bring you to what we call a date sum number. There was something very special about these numbers as well. Date sum numbers is when we add the month and the date together. A lot of people like to use date sum numbers to try to pinpoint when they think particular numbers may hit, right? So with this, pay attention, Maryland. This hit came May 18th evening. Now, how do we get the date sum number for May 18th? We're going to add 5 plus 18, right? That's going to give us the number 23. The number 3, or its mirror 8, would be the date sum number. Okay? Those would be our date sum numbers. Why is this important? 8 and 3, 3, those are the date sum numbers. Okay? This is letting you know, pay attention to me. Okay, this could hit the same day, and it did, because the date that we're working with was the date sum of 3 or its mirror 8. Yeah. Do they always happen like this, and will they always follow a date sum number? It depends. Sometimes they'll stay on it, sometimes they won't. Sometimes it's just good to keep the numbers going for a couple of days, okay? Especially if they're kind of fickle on the date sum number. I love date sum numbers, but sometimes they're not always something I can personally depend on. So be careful with them, okay? Let's take you to the next draw, okay? The next draw, 238, it happened to have what? 555000. So these are triples, but they're V-shaped, right? You notice V-shape, V-shape, okay? Now, because these are in this particular shape, the numbers that I would pay attention to would have been the 545, 852, literally just taking them straight across, 090, and 307. Okay, I would have. Now, if you wanted to mimic to see if this would play on the date sum, well, let's find out what that is. The date sum is 0 or mirror 5. Well, if I'm looking by the dates, I know May 20th coming up would give me a date sum of 5 or 0. So could this play on that particular day? Could be, okay? And as you see, look at this, 307 played as 073 May 20th evening. So it not only did it play, but it played on the date sum of 5 or its mirror 0. Nice. Do they always happen like that? We'll see, okay? Now, you guys are going to see other types of triples. Okay, you're going to see triples going across, false trips slanted, okay? And there could be different pattern structures with all of them. I'm showing this to you because a lot of people, first of all, don't even know how to backtrack. Make sure you're keeping a daily log of what's going on, okay? Because you need to see, because the rundown changes, that could tell you maybe a particular pattern structure to look for. Every state could be different. There's not a one size fit all, and there's no wrong way to look at your rundowns. I have so many people asking in the comments, did I do this right? Did I do that? There's no wrong way. Not at all. You're going to see things that I don't get to see. Why? Because this is your state. The more you study, you may see even more things with this. So what am I telling you? Pay attention to your V shapes, okay? You guys have another V shape coming up for May 20th evening. Look at this hit, guys. 073, you got a 994449. Now here's two issues. You got to be careful. First of all, the date sum number for this coming up would be the date sum of 4 or 9. Okay. Now it's probably going to be a few days out if they're going by the date sum number. Another thing I noticed that these were V. These are the V is switched over. That could be another telltale sign that there may be something funky with this, but pay attention to it. If you're not sure about a date sum number, like I said, you may want to just pay attention to the numbers that are important for a couple days. 697, okay, 904, 142, 459, okay, and study these charts. because there could be other patterns that form when you see your V shapes. Okay, well anyways, that was it guys. I hope you guys in Maryland pay close attention. Make sure you study, backtrack so you can find your patterns. Yeah, study. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed this as well. Let me know if you have any questions or any comments. I definitely appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next video. Oh, before I forget, I know this is going to the membership first, yes. But you guys out there in the public, if you haven't subscribed already, definitely hit that subscribe button. You like the video, like the button, yeah, give it a thumbs up, thank you. And make sure you guys sign up for the membership if you guys want your first ad with all the Pick 3 workouts, the Pick 3 predictions, and our Pick 3, well, no, yeah, Pick 3 predictions, our daily and our weekly. So yeah, y'all pay attention to that stuff coming out, okay? Anyways, I will see you guys on the next video. See ya.